Good day, my name is Ile Jessica and I'll be teaching on the topic the human skeleton. First, I'd like to start by defining what a skeleton is. A skeleton can be defined as the bony framework of the body that brings about movement as well as support. There are types of skeletal material, that is, materials that can make up the skeleton of an organism. The first one we have is the chitin. The chitin is a carbohydrate similar to cellulose that is made up of non-living cells that makes up the skeleton of most crustaceans or generally exoskeletons. Then the second one we have is the cartilage. The cartilage is a flexible tensile tissue, meaning that it is made up of living cells as well as minerals. It makes up the skeleton of most vertebrates as well as cartilaginous fishes. Then the third one is the bone. The bone is a tissue that is made up of minerals as well as living cells, but the ratio of the minerals to the living cell is much. That is why the bone is hard. The process of the bone getting hard or the hardening of the bone is called ossification. Then we move to the types of skeleton. There are three major types of skeleton. That is the hydrostatic skeleton, the exoskeleton, and the endoskeleton. The hydrostatic skeleton basically works on the principle of hydraulics, that is a fluid in an enclosed environment. It brings about movement by the contraction of the muscles of the organisms. Examples of organisms with hydrostatic skeleton are soft-bodied organisms like earthworms and starfishes. Then we move to the exoskeleton. The exoskeleton, like I earlier said, is made up of chitin. It is found on the outside of the body of an organism. It is found in most crustaceans, that is crabs and insects. Then we move to the third one, which is the endoskeleton. The endoskeleton is found on the inside of the body of an organism. It is found in most mammals and vertebrates. Then we move to the divisions of the mammalian skeleton. The mammalian skeleton is divided into two parts, the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton is made up of the skull, the rib cage, the pelvis, and the vertebral column. Then the appendicular skeleton is made up of the hands and legs that bring about the movement of the axial skeleton. Then we move to the vertebral column. The vertebral column, found in most vertebrates, is a stack of bones that make up the backbone through which the spinal cord runs through to bring about the nervous system. In mammals, there are 33 bones that make up the vertebral column, and they are divided into 5. The first 7 of this vertebral column, which is this, is called the cervical. It's called the cervical vertebral. It supports the head. It supports the head and brings about the motion of the head. Then the next 12 is the thoracic vertebral that makes up the chest region. Then they are made up of 12 vertebrae. Then we have the lumbar vertebra that is made up of 7 bones that make up the lower back. Then you have the sacral vertebral made up of also 5 vertebrae. Then we have the caudal or the joint vertebral made up of 4 bones. That is all about the vertebral column. Then we move to joints. A joint can be defined as a point where 2 bones meet or articulate. There are 2 types of joints in general. We have the movable and the immovable joints. The immovable joint or the suture joints are mostly found in the skull. In this type of joint, the bones here do not move. Then we have types of movable joints. In movable joints, we have the first one, the ball and socket joint, found mostly in the shoulder, where the humerus attaches to the scapula or the collarbone. This ball and socket joint brings about 360-degree motion. That's why we're able to rotate our hand. The second one we have is the hinge joint. It brings about 180-degree motion. That's why we're able to flex our hand. We're able to bring it forward and take it back. Then we have the pivot joint, found at the back of the neck. This is where the skull attaches to the vertebral column. This brings about the nodding of the head. Then we have the gliding and sliding joint, found in the wrist as well as the ankle. It's found in the wrist as well as the ankle. That's why it brings about the motion of the arm and brings about the motion of the hand and the foot. That's why you're able to rotate your foot and wave your hands. Functions of the skeleton. The skeleton has several functions. The first one, there is protection of delicate organs. For example, the bones of the skull protects the eyes as well as the internal ear. Then we move to the manufacturing or production of blood. The red blood cells as well as white blood cells are produced in long bones like the femur and the humerus. Then we have rigidity. The bony framework of the body provides rigidity to the body of the organism. That's why we don't fall like a bag of jelly. Just our skin and our blood, it holds this bony framework of the body holds this up. Then the first one is shape. It gives the organism a definite shape. Thank you and God bless you.